Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about cannellini beans and how to select and store cannellini beans once you get them home. Cannellini beans are available both canned and dried. However, and I have found this to be true, a lot of stores don't carry dried cannellini beans. They're pretty hard to find. A lot of times the only way I can find them is in the canned variety. So buy them however you can find them. I've got instructions on my blog on how to cook dried cannellini beans if you are unsure about how to do that. When you're buying the canned beans, a lot of them are processed with salt, and some of them have a firming agent, usually calcium chloride, in there. If you are limiting your salt intake, you want to obviously look for low sodium or no salt added varieties if you can find it. If you can't find it, buy what you can buy, and when you go to use those canned beans that are very salty, put them in a strainer and rinse them first, and that'll reduce the sodium content by almost half, okay? Now, if you want to avoid the calcium chloride or other agents that are in the can, look for organic options, because they shouldn't be made with anything other than water and possibly salt. So if you are looking for a variety that doesn't have the added agents in there, like firming agents, and also low salt, you want to look for organic that was made with low or no salt in there. Some stores do carry cannellini beans in their bulk bins, and that's fine if you opt for them that way. You want to make sure that they're plump, smooth, white, evenly colored, and make sure there's no evidence of moisture in the bin or insects for sure. And also, you just want to make sure that they're not old. Check for any expiration date that might be around there. And it's also helpful to know that your store is going to have a fast turnover within those bulk bins. If you feel like they've been sitting there for eons, you may not want to buy them because they'll be on the old side, and that may not be your best choice. When you're looking for the canned ones, there should be an expiration date on there. Usually the canned ones are good for at least a year, maybe longer, but you still would benefit from checking just to make sure. When you get your beans home, you want to store canned or dried in a cool, dry place away from sunlight, like a pantry. Be sure to place your dried beans in an airtight container, and that's especially helpful in keeping any insects or possible rodents out of them. If you're keeping them in an area where there might be insects or rodents, put them in a glass jar. And if you have any oxygen absorbers, put one in there as well, and that will help to keep them as fresh as long as possible. If you have dried beans that you've cooked or canned beans that you've opened and there's extra, you obviously want to store them in a covered container in the refrigerator. If you don't feel like you're going to eat them within a reasonable amount of time, pack them in tight freezer containers in increments that you feel like you're going to use at any one time. Put them in the freezer, and they'll keep for you in the freezer, for about 6 months or so. So there you go, different ways to use them. Again, check out my blog if you want to know how to cook them. This is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. I hope this helps. Bye for now.